Hi guys, this is Jean. So today I want to talk about this particular camera that I've been really enjoying using for the last 2 months, and it is, let me just get it out of my pocket, it is Insta360 GO2. So you can see how tiny that is. It can just fit in my pocket. It's probably why I've been using for so many occasions for the past 2 months. So I thought, since I've been using it for the last 2 months non-stop, I thought, I should really give you guys a very thorough and honest review about what I actually really think about this camera. So I'm going to talk about 3 negatives and 5 positives. So I'm just going to start with the bad news. It's better to have bad news out first, and then I'm also going to have a timestamp down below. So if you guys do want to, skip to the positive part, then feel free to do so. And also please like this video and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. So the negatives about this camera, 3 things that I don't particularly enjoy about this camera. And the first I have to say is the mic. So mic actually is not that bad if you're sitting in a very quiet place in a countryside with like 0 wind. However, this is basically an action camera, so I'm sure you're gonna be doing a lot of different activities, out by the sea, perhaps riding bicycle and stuff, and you are going to get a lot of wind. So if you actually try to speak to the camera, especially when you're using this camera on standalone basis, it is going to catch a lot of wind, just like here. Okay, so today is super duper windy. So if I know that I need to vlog a lot, I need to speak a lot, what I would normally do is actually take my Pocket 2, since I have this camera, where there is a separate mic. But I'm gonna also talk about thorough review about DJI Pocket 2, so do stay tuned. And the second thing that I don't love about this camera in comparison to other Insta360 cameras such as, X2, the 360-degree camera, I just wanted to show you double lens, that's all. I think these 360-degree cameras, they actually make most use out of their Insta360 app, which is super well built. So there is a special section called short lapse. There are all these effects where you can just slap it on to your raw video clip, and then they'll just edit the entire video for you. But with this Insta360 GO2, because it only takes the flat video format, not the 360-degree, so the short lapse that you can use with this particular video clip is a bit limited and may not be as interesting, as special as some other 360-degree footages out there. And the final thing that I don't like about this camera before we go into the positives is that because it doesn't have gimbal or anything, for example, 1R camera, you usually use it with selfie stick, so you can actually change the angle. And with DJI Pocket 2, you do have gimbal, so you can actually, change the angle of the frame. Whereas in Insta360 GO2, if you use it on this little mount, this case, charging case, of course you can change the angle. So normally I would actually use this on standalone basis, stuck on the metal or something, and in that case you can't actually change the angle of the frame. So it's not like such a big issue, of course, because you can later crop the size to actually get the sort of best framing. But still, there are times that I wish, it can sort of tilt while it's on the metal. However, I'm not entirely sure how you can do that. But I've already said enough negative things about this camera, because at the end of the day, I actually really do enjoy using this camera. That's why it's just been in my pocket, in my bag, everywhere I go. So the first thing that I absolutely love about this camera is that it is tiny. So I normally actually just carry this case and perhaps the magnetic necklace like this one. However, not even much, but I normally just carry this charging case and that's it. So it goes into my pocket, it goes into my drone bag, so that I can actually supplement some of the drone footages from the land. And because it's wide angle, I can just easily hold like this, or actually, normally I would actually just use it standalone basis, hold it like this, and there is a button where you can just press, and then it will start the Pro Video mode, where you can later actually change the framing and edit in Insta360 camera app. And the most notable thing that you can actually tell by looking at the footages directly from this camera is that it is vibrant. The color is absolutely fantastic, especially under the sunlight. And then if you really want to further edit it, although I think sometimes, you know, it can be too vibrant if you actually slap on that color plus during editing process in the app. However, so far, other than my main camera, I think Insta360 GO2 color scheme is my favorite out there. And the next feature that I absolutely love about this camera is how it is magnetic. And I also make very good use of lampposts because usually they have magnetic metal, and also on the bike to actually film myself, as well as film myself while I'm sitting on the ground to actually talk to the camera and vlog away. And lastly, I really do enjoy charging case as opposed to what we're used to in Go like 1, the very original of this Go series. With the charging case, I can just navigate around. It works as a remote control as well, so I have no issue in, you know, seeing what's going on. So I can actually just navigate and instruct what's going on inside this camera. And also I can see, you know, how many seconds it has taken of the time lapse and so on. So you can very easily, you know, get the shots that you want. And I must say, because, you know, it records maximum at 1440p, so it's very easy on my hard drive, because very recently, a couple of weeks ago, I had to actually buy yet another hard drive because, you know, all these footages from, you know, 360-degree camera, and also especially my drone footages, they're all taken in 4K because I really want to capture the beauty of nature. So, you know, I have to get another 4TB hard disk, but probably, you know, this is gonna get filled up pretty soon as well. So Insta360 GO2, it's easy on my memory space as well as, you know, in physical form as well. So even though I have a lot of different cameras useful for action and so on, I actually have been using Insta360 GO2 most for the reasons that I talked in this video. What do you guys think? Do you have this Insta360 GO2? Then please do let me know down below what do you guys think about so far, because I'd love to hear from you, and maybe, you know, if they come up with GO3, then we can let them know what we want to see in the next iteration. So I'll come back with other, you know, thorough and honest review about products that I have been using for a while. So please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and see you!